Hello everyone, welcome to my stop on the Modern and Edgy video hop with Altenew. It's LauraJane, and today we're going to be playing with mixed media inks, gel plate, and an embossing folder. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you'd give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. There are two new collections of mixed media pigment ink sets from Altenew. This first one is called Summer Afternoon, and the colors are Buttercream, Warm Sunshine, Caramel Toffee, and Paper Bag. And of course, my favorite two colors is Buttercream and Warm Sunshine. I am just giddy excited over these. And the next new collection is Glacier Caves with Arctic, Caribbean Sky, Persian Blue, and Sapphire. These are scrumptious, nice and juicy pigment ink pads. I love them, and I have been playing with them using a couple of new techniques. I'm excited to share with you how I've played with them. These are a couple of cards that I used with the most recent release. They feature an embossing folder called the Spoon Daisy. You can see how I use them on this first blue one, just a hint of it in the background, and then the purple one has that full center, nice embossed, popped up in all its glory. This is the Spoon Daisy embossing folder. These are 6x6 in size, and as you can see, there's one side that has the raised and then the debossed side that has a very smooth side. We're going to be working with the raised for today's project. This is a 1/2 inch thick gel plate. It is a 5x7 size, but any size will do. I'm going to first ink this up with the Caribbean Sky pigment ink. Now I found that dragging that ink pad did not give the ink coverage that I wanted, so it was better to tamp it on the gel plate. Press down, lift up, move, and then that gave it a nice juicy color on that plate. Next, I will be grabbing that Spoon Daisy embossing folder and take the raised side of that folder. I'm going to flip it and press it into the inked up gel plate. And make sure there has been good contact on that folder with the gel plate. Gently lift it up, and then I've got a clean bit of A2 size cardstock and place it down. Then I like to take a just piece of printer paper, place it on top so that I can smooth over the entire surface, making sure the paper has good contact with that gel plate and the ink. And lifting up, we get to see the results. Very cool, kind of like a ghost print of that embossing folder. I love the way it looked. All right, let's move on to making a card here, and I'm going to use a different folder today. This is Rosy. So I started out with a clean gel plate. This time I'm inking that plate with the Buttercream, a gorgeous, my favorite, lovely yellow, happy yellow. Okay, then taking the embossing folder. This time I'm actually going to ink the folder as well. So this is the Persian Blue that I'm inking the raised side of that rose. Just lightly whisk that ink pad across the top. Carefully flip it over and press that into the gel plate, making sure to get contact throughout that entire area. Gently pressing. Doesn't take too much of a press, but it does take a firm hand there. And now you can see just a little bit of that blue that is peeking through the yellow, Have the clean white paper. And then my printer paper over the top so that I can smooth it out, getting good contact on that card front. And there we go. I absolutely love that. The color, the yellow with the blue rose, just so beautiful. So I'm going to go through the process again, just using the ink that is left over on both the gel plate and the folder, pressing that into it. Clean piece, and let's see what kind of print we get on the second pass. Very pretty. A little less yellow on there this time, as you can see, but a very clear blue rose. And here's a third pass, just to see if we can get a third one. Clean piece of paper, printer paper, with a nice rub, lift and pull. Very pretty. Now I just spritz water on that gel plate, give it a good clean wipe down here, and I'm pressing for the fourth time. Remember, I have not re-inked that rose at all. So this is the fourth pass. So I wanted a horizontal presentation for this next pull. And there we go. So that fourth one did come out. Let's compare. So there's the first one, second, third, and fourth. All lovely. Ah, so exciting. So I wanted to turn that first pull into an actual card front. I have taken a small image from the Fresh Bloom stamp set and inked up around that rose. The first time I used the Arctic pigment ink. I thought the end result was just a little too light on that, and went back in with the Caribbean Sky, the darker blue, and just randomly inked over the top of the first. Didn't try to match it up. This is going to be kind of a messy mixed media look, so nothing is going to be perfect. And this white piece of paper here is just some of the released paper from some masking paper, protecting the image, so I'm not stamping over the top. Okay, so kind of created a nice little ambiance of little blooms around that blue rose. And I'm trimming it down. And I'm taking the Persian blue and inking up the background stamp. I like these large stamps from Altenew. I just peel off the acetate from the one side and, as you can see, place it on my work mat, ink it up, and just press my paper right over the top like I would the gel plate. And it makes just for easier stamping. Great image there. And it looks lovely, I think, behind that blue rose, peeking out on the edges. Now I'm going to stamp the sentiment, which comes from that stamp set, Woven Stripes, and I'm going to pull a couple of those sentiments from the bottom there. And deciding on placement was a little bit, do I want it at the top or the bottom? Decided towards the bottom, and I inked it up first with the Caribbean Sky and then re-inked the lower part with the Sapphire. And I did hit it with some clear embossing powder to make it pop off there, just kind of give it a little shine. Did a little bit of splatter in the splatter box, hit a little bit on the edges for some highlighting, and there's the card for today. Thanks again for joining me. Remember, this video is part of the Modern and Edgy video hop with Altenew. You can start the hop at the YouTube channel of Altenew. The link is in the description box below. Remember to craft your life with Altenew, and we'll see you next time. Bye.